We're back on the Rod Nonfee Lounge live Saturday morning. We've been touching up on a couple of topics. Obviously, today is the eve of 9/11, so we always wanted to kind of give our stories. But, we're moving on in the show, and we have a young lady here that, using social media had the ability and the pleasure of meeting, and we spoke, and it's more than what you see. I think she'll be better off explaining that than I am, but she just has so many layers, and I think it was great to bring on the show and kind of give an inspirational story for people who may or not be going through some of the things that she went through. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nonfee Lounge, the lovely, super talented, and very strong Miss Angie Melendez from Gym Gang. First lady of Gym Gang, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Just the name, Gym Gang.
Thank you.
It's a real pleasure, again, to have you here. You're a very hard person to catch. I've been trying to...
Literally.
I'm sorry.
I see you in the bad boy. Oh, wait, and it's hanging out with Diddy, popping Ciroc. I mean, so life is good. But you mentioned to me when we spoke privately that what appears is not always what was reality.
Correct.
Talk about just some of the journey you've had as a woman to get to this level here. And again, I know obviously the level that you got, you're a professional, your mom, your work, but just your inspiration, I think, and it's something that you're now triumphing on. It hasn't always been the case with you. So kind of drop a little knowledge for us on that.
Well, I joined Gym Gang back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to be in the fit world, but I just can never get that discipline that I needed. So I came across Gym Gang. I started working out with them. But I used to complain a lot because I'm like, listen, I'm a girl. Like, you guys are lifting all these things. I can't do it. So I used to complain and complain and complain. But they gave me that hardcore love. Like, if you want it, you got to get it.
They locked you in the room,
Nothing is going to be given to you easy.
Right.
So if you're going to come and work out with us, you got to show us that you have the ability to do it.
Right.
If not, go. We don't want no people complaining. So I started, backtracking and thinking, okay, I want my body to be a certain way. So then I started working out. I showed them my ability that I could be what they wanted me to be. So then about 4 or 5 months into working out, they gave me the first lady. Because I showed my hard work, dedication, sweat, tears, complaining like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. But then when I started seeing the results, started seeing how my body was changing, how my sculpt, it was like, okay, you know what? This is what I want. I want to go out there and tell women, you don't have to do surgery to be what you want. You understand?
Repeat that.
You do not need surgery to get where you want to be. You do not. I have had 2 friends die in DR behind the knife. And it's sad because these were beautiful women, and they weren't happy with themselves. Don't get me wrong, I get positive comments, I get negative comments. I get comments, you look like a guy.
What is
You look like a guy.
You too skinny?
No. I look like a guy from the shoulders up because I don't have big boobs. Okay, fine. That's why they make Victoria's Secret bras. So I could look like a girl at the moment. But, in the beginning, I used to be like, wow, people are really harsh. Like, they don't know what I've been through. First of all, from a child to now, bullying. Bullying is just not now. Bullying goes way back when I was growing up. So, I have a lot of people that I inspire, and it really makes me feel good because they tell me, you know what, Angie, you're my inspiration.
Right.
You don't have no surgeries. People come at you, and you look like they tell me you're the comeback queen. Like, you tell them like how it is. I have people that tell me, oh, why don't you get your breast done? Why do I need to get my breast done? Why? Why do I have to do that? I feel comfortable in my skin. I have other people that tell me, oh, your butt looks fake. No, my butt is not fake. My butt is 100% real. That's the 250 squats that my trainer makes me do.
You know what? I just want to let people know she was a man ago before we came on air. Oh, I'm so nervous. What the hell you mean you nervous?
I'm so cold.
My butt. She like, my butt is good. My chest is good. I ain't got no hair, but
she's letting it loose. This is her. Go ahead, girl. Say it.
I started working out. I have 3 amazing trainers that I want to give a shout out. Jeff, Mark, and Z. These guys have been with me through thick and thin.
And them dudes look like cartoon
Those are my
characters.
bodyguards. Those are my bodyguards. They are my bodyguards.
Oh, big
You
on top
understand?
and waist all small.
You know,
like a
and
Marvel
they're
comic.
inspirational. You know,
Yeah.
we go out everywhere we go. People stop us. People want to know who Gym Gang is, and we're not this cocky crew. We open our doors to anyone that wants to change their bodies. Like my trainer says, changing one body at a time.
Right.
That's all we're doing. That's
Y'all
what we're doing.
Look like y'all need a reality show. We had
Listen.
what was the girl that was here from the reality show?
I don't know.
I don't know. Next. No, I think that's amazing though to bring it back because where I work, it's like every day. She's oh girl, I'm going next week, and the guy, you got to check out this guy's a minute. I'm telling you, it's just like that.
Yeah.
And they're going in groups in 3 and 4, and when they go there, they say how the airports out there are just full of slew of females just out there just sitting and waiting, coming back and forth on a plane or wrapped up, and they're in the locker room just saying this how they just booking their appointment and where to go, and they saying alone, and they come back, you know, bright and proud. Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of it has to do with how you feel eternally. And a lot of times with females, you know, after they've had kids and things like that, they may not have had the time to have their bodies snap back to how they were prior, baby, and things like that, because my job is very high stress, long hours, things like that. I get it. But what a part of me is like you. Like if you take the time to work out, if you take the time to work out and do it, you can get the results, because all it takes is commitment. And I know sometimes I'll get it to work out and I'll stop, and I know that's just my excuse of me working or being lazy, things like that. But a lot of it has to do, and I want to ask you this, is with what we see on TV, with the media, with videos and things like that, the things that how we see women are being portrayed, because men are liking the big butts and the 2-inch waist that goes in and the big chest and the certain outfits. This is the stuff that are being portrayed right now in front of ladies to say, this is what us men like, this is what we want to have when we come home. So ladies,
I don't think it's fair to put that all on men.
No, I'm not gonna say it's all on men. However, men, unfortunately, when it comes to videos and music and certain things like that, magazines, this is what's being put out there. Now, if I'm home and I'm sitting back and this is constantly what I see, and my insecurity is a little low, and I have the money, I'm gonna say, okay, I don't have anyone to push me to get me in the gym. This is what I'm gonna resort to.
So how do you deal with that? With Sapphire, something like that, with people around you, not you?
To me, people around me, I think it's an excuse. You know why? And I might sound harsh. I feel like they're just looking for the easy way out.
Yes.
I had my daughter. My daughter is 9 years old. I have a princess, Ariana. I had Ariana in 2007. I was 120 pounds before I got pregnant. I shot up to 100. Wait, no, I'm lying. I shot up to 207.
Rodeo would have been
207 pounds. Wow. Okay. I ate everything. I was lazy. I was sloppy. And I'm not going to lie. I had that mentality.
Now,
I'm eating for two.
With that, let me ask you a question. With that 207, was that attributed to mental with just having a child, or it was just, was you like a happy eater? People say a happy drunk.
At that moment, I was a happy eater.
Okay.
I wanted to eat everything and anything. My favorite food was Colombian food and Jamaican food. Nice. I'm telling you, I was eating everything.
And so in between, right?
So, and not knowing that I was doing harm to my body, because I got, right when I went into labor, I got sick. I almost died giving birth to my daughter.
Wow.
Why? Because I didn't take care of myself. A lot of women say, oh, I'm pregnant, I can't work out. That's a lie. That's a lie. You could. So what happened? I started, losing the weight little by little. But I stood at at a weight that I wasn't comfortable with.
I noticed that a lot of women, like today, a lot of kids that are obese, a lot of their parents are obese too. So when the parents are eating, they letting the kids constantly eat too. You see that now. Right. If you're walking down the street, the mother's big and the child is big. It's like, and that's no good for either one.
And you know what upsets me is that you have a lot of facades on social media. People that have the six-pack, all of this, but they don't show how they got there. I throw up my before and after pictures. I am not ashamed to say I was that big. I'm not ashamed. So when my followers, they tell me, you know what, we love that you throw up your before and after. I throw up every single time. I throw up a picture like, this is how I look, this is where I got to. Then from there, it's like a chain reaction. You just keep going down to just showing. So I try to give advice to women. You can do it. Just put your mind to it. I worked. I was going to school. I didn't know what to do. But when you don't feel comfortable, I didn't feel comfortable in my skin. I didn't feel sexy at all.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
I gotta change. It's
about how you feel.
It's how you feel. And I just feel like there's some weak-minded women out here. But if you really, find that person that inspires you and gives you that courage, go out and do it. Go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym every day. You can start off 15 minutes, 20 minutes, so you work your way up.
Now, I know, again, and we're talking to Angie Melendez from Gym Gang, she's giving you some of this knowledge on a Saturday to go along with your eggs. Is eggs okay to eat?
Yeah.
Just make sure, because I like, don't say that.
I am not afraid to say my eggs.
Bacon is good? Bacon is good?
No.
Okay, well, this is not about food.
Bacon soda?
You're missing the point.
I got bacon soda. Bacon soda.
Don't they will cloud your mind, get you back to that 2007.
Can I have a cheat day?
But
one day.
When we spoke, you shared a story with me, which I was at work and I wow, it really gripped me when you talked about your hair.
Yeah.
Now obviously you have a lovely haircut. I actually like women with short.
The Halle Berry.
But you said it was a reason behind that. Can you kind of share that with our guests?
I was in a domestic violence relationship. I was married for 8 years, and my ex-husband was very violent towards me. Now you're young-minded. You're 19. You don't know no better. First man you meet, fall in love. You think it's all sugar and sweet, and then later down the line, you come to find out his dark side. So I was in an abusive relationship for 8 years. I was married to him. I used to have long hair. My hair used to be like passed down my butt. So one day, I took the courage and I chopped it all off because to me, he couldn't grab me by my hair anymore and pin me down and beat me. So now what were you going to grab? Right. You can't grab anything. And it also showed the ability that I had to walk away, leave everything behind. Hungry nights, no money in my pocket, people shutting doors on me, saying no. That gave me the courage to be where I'm at today. And, I try to, people ask me, how did you do it? You're not going to get up from one day to another and say, I'm going to walk away. It takes courage. You have to build it up to say, I deserve better than this. I am a real woman. Like, I should be treated like a queen. Yes. And I know there's a lot of women that are in relationships like this and they're afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I tell you, yes, I went through it. But you know what? You're going to wake up one morning, you're going to say enough's enough. I don't care what I leave behind. I left house, cars, jewelry, shoes. And that's the problem with women nowadays. Materialistic things overrides everything.
They value more
what
of that.
You can give them. They don't have that old school love. I want old school love. People that have been married 30, 40 something years.
Your stomach still get jittery when you see your husband.
What you have on your belt or in your shoes. No, because at the end of the day, you go home to what? Right. What are we planning 10 years from now?
But a lot of it has to do, though, which a lot of people don't have these days, honestly, is support systems.
Yes.
And having a support system is so important. And I think that there are females that may be in a situation like that may be dealing with domestic violence, but they don't have anyone to turn to because the closest friend or family that they may have, they know they're going to get tracked there. So sometimes people don't want to put other people they care about in situations that can affect them.
That's why I think what you do is so inspirational, not just because you're training, because the training you do is discipline.
Yes.
Like I said, I happened to be at an event when I first saw it, and I happened to see the guys you roll with. You don't just get there, by, eating a couple power bars. That is dedication, and what you put in is dedication. What you experience as a wife, unfortunately, that triumph is something that you're still triumphantly doing now. The show with your training, with the way you present yourself, even through your pictures, it's a form of confidence. Now, people unfortunately will look at some confidence as cockiness, but that's their problem. You're giving that, and that's what I saw when I first saw it. I was like, "Wow, this is a real confident woman." And I said, "Wow, that's somebody I got to have on this set," because we have a large female listenership, primarily African American and Hispanic. So again, not knowing anybody's business, not needing to know anybody's business, I know that people look at this show and they are entertained and informed and feel better about themselves after 3 hours. So by having you here, it's a real pleasure and an honor because to be able to kind of dig deep in that and speak on that and show that strength is really a hallmark to what we all should aspire to be. So continue success. Backstage, you have something you want to touch on?
Basically, mostly everything. I think the biggest thing I look at and I laugh
at... Oh, you're single. Look at this moment.
Yeah, the biggest thing I laugh at is...
You're color coordinated.
Oh, Lord.
You like home ownership.
It fits me very well.
But you were saying about the things that you do to work out and everything else. I think the biggest thing that I find that's very important, but is mostly the hardest thing that everybody have to do is change their eating habits.
Yes.
Because you're so used to eating so many different things, and then when you have to cut things out, it becomes hard when you get the cravings and everything else, right?
It's hard. I want to know how you cut out rice. Woo.
Like you still have an attack for a Big Mac once in a while?
You know what? When I have cheat day, I'm not gonna lie. My cheat day, I will go ham.
Because when I saw you at that comment, you were sucking down some hot wings. I did notice that.
Yes. Yes. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Them hot wings were banging. But yeah, you know, my trainer, he gives me a meal plan.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you're eating 7 meals a day, but your meals are portioned. They're little. Right. So you're not going to be hungry. And this is what a lot of people mistake. Oh, don't eat after 7. That's a lie. That is a lie.
Thank God.
You cannot starve yourself and expect you to lose weight. Mm-hmm. No, the smaller portions, the better your metabolism will build up. Now, people, okay, I'm going to go get a salad and drink a Diet Coke. Once again, no, it's not going to work. I cut out soda. I cut out greasy foods. My thing is, whatever my trainer gives me, I'm going to eat it. Yes, in the beginning, I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't think I'm going to survive.
You must got a lot of carrots in your refrigerator.
Listen, I am used to that rice con pollo, pernil, all that. I cannot do this. But you know what? When you put your mind to it and you overcome that willpower, you will get where you want to be.
So now you can't eat at a table with your friends and they eating all the good, eating food that you would eat before, and it doesn't bother you. I know you would cuss them out a few years ago. Like, why you going to eat that in front of me?
Eat them ribs in front of me.
Let me say something. My trainer does not play. We will, let's say it's a cheat day, we go into the store. Even though it's a cheat day, let's say I want to grab a juice.
Still got to discipline yourself.
I know you ain't going to put that in your system. I'm like, you know what? I'll just grab water. Just give me water. Even though it's a cheat day.
Right.
But, my trainer has been doing this for 20-something years. They all been doing this. All three of them, because they're all three my trainers. They've been doing this for 20-something years. And, they are inspirational to me. I look up to them. They're my big brothers. I look up to them. And I'm like, you know what? We've come a long way. And hopefully, we can get to where we want to get and just help people down the line.
We'll take a quick break. This is a great story. I can see,
I like her.
She's color coordinated.
She's not going
nowhere.
You remind him of the flag. I pledge allegiance.
And I don't like them all, and I'll tell you because I'm that real.
Okay, Seth.
You don't got substance, don't come on.
I Charles Oakley. That's your new nickname.
Sure is. I hold the team down.
We're going to take it. I'll explain later. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it going with Angie from Gym Gang. It's 9 feet live.